My name is Sarah Blizzard. I am a yoga teacher for Small World Yoga. I also teach at Nashville Public Libraries Systems. I teach frequently at Edmondson Pike Library. Also, I am an official substitute teacher for the Bordeaux Library where I teach chair yoga. This video will be a 30-minute chair yoga video. We're going to have a lot of fun, so let's begin. We're here in my home in South Nashville. So what you'll need for this practice is a chair, preferably one without any arms along the sides or any wheels on the bottom, and one with a straight back. Also, a block if you have one. If you do not have a block, a really good alternative is to use a book. Yeah, choose from my library here. So we're going to begin slow and then we'll warm up and then we'll start to flow, get our heart rate increased. Begin by sitting in your chair with your back pressed against the back of the chair. I like to use a block underneath my feet because it brings the floor closer to me. Also, I'm only 5'5", so my feet don't actually touch the floor. Start to relax your shoulder blades down your back. And if it feels okay, you can close your eyes or you can set a soft gaze with your eyelids half open, just gazing gently at a spot a few feet in front of you on the floor. You can keep your palms open. This signifies asking for more energy throughout the rest of your day. Or you can gently place your palms down on tops of your thighs, signifying asking for more tranquility throughout the rest of your day. It's up to you. Let's get centered and present to begin our practice. Start to breathe and to notice your breath. If it helps, you can place your left hand over your heart and your right hand on your ribs. With your inhales, you will start to feel your ribs press up, your chest expand. With your exhales, your ribs let go, and your breath comes out into the room all around you. Start to notice the space that you are in, your space. Be aware of where you are. Feel your connection to your chair. You can feel the backs of your thighs gently pressing into the chair, your feet pressing into the floor or your block. And start to check in with yourself. Check in and see how you are feeling right here in this moment. No judgment, just noticing, maybe getting curious as to how your body is feeling today. Begin to match the length of your inhales with the length of your exhales, taking a few breaths to do so. If at any point during practice today you find yourself losing your breath or holding your breath, then listen to your body, come back to your breath, notice, and maybe release out of the pose a little bit. Breathing is one of the most important things in yoga, so it's important to pay attention to your own breathing. When you feel centered and present, keeping your eyes closed, reach your arms so that all 10 fingers point towards the ceiling. Maybe spread out all 10 toes in front of you, getting really long and tall. Bring your hands back to heart center and your feet back to the ground. Start to rub your palms against one another, keeping your eyes closed. Rub them enough so that you're generating a little bit of your own heat between them. When you get to that point, cup your hands over your closed eyes. And when you're ready, slowly blink your eyes open into the inviting darkness of your own hands. Blink them open. Start to adjust to the light around you in your space. And then remove your hands from your eyes. Bring your hands to heart center. Let's begin our practice today by taking 3 deep breaths together as a community. So take a big inhale. Open mouth, exhale it all out. Do that again. A big inhale. One more big inhale. Release it all out. Let's start to warm up. We'll take some wrist stretches, so interlace all 10 fingers out in front of you and press your palms away from yourself. Also press your shoulder blades towards your chair so you're not overextending your shoulders. And keep pressing through all 10 fingers. Yeah. Take one more inhale. Exhale, flip your palms and press in the opposite direction. We're just getting a different angle to warm up our wrists and our forearms. Don't forget to press your shoulder blades towards the back of your chair. And release. We have one more wrist stretch. You can scoot a little bit forward in your chair. Press your palms into your thighs so that all 10 fingers are facing either side of your thighs. And then firmly press your wrists into your legs. You should feel this through your wrists all the way around and also into your extensor muscles of your forearm. This will just, again, warm up our wrists just a little bit more so that we can get into some of the deeper poses in class. And then release, shake it out. Let's warm up our shoulders. We're gonna take some shoulder circles. So sit up tall, press the crown of your head towards the ceiling, and start to move your shoulder blades up towards your ears, back to your chair, and then towards the front of your room. Just taking some gentle, slow movement. You can also start to synchronize your breath with your movement. So maybe as you press forward with your shoulder blades, you inhale. And as you press backwards with your shoulder blades, you exhale. You can start to increase the width of your circles as you increase how warm your shoulder blades are getting. And then switch directions, shrugging your shoulders in the opposite direction. Start to notice that your shoulder blades are getting a little bit looser so that we can really do some nice, deeper shoulder stretches in a few minutes. Yeah. Take one more round and then shake it out and let it go. Let's do a couple neck stretches. Slowly nod your head yes, pointing your chin towards the ceiling with your inhale. Finish your move that says yes by pointing your chin towards your chest gently, don't go too far. We'll come into our no neck stretch. Press your chin towards your right shoulder, lower your right shoulder towards your chair. Finish your no neck stretch by pressing your chin towards your left shoulder. So now we've got yes, no. Let's add maybe, so. Tiny shrugs with your shoulders. So we're going to be a yes for trying on something new today. No, we're not going to judge ourselves for where we are today in our practice. And maybe we learned something new about ourselves today. You can do that one more time on your own. I just want you to move very gently with your movements to warm up your neck muscles. Come into cat and cow pose. So you can remove your block or your book. I'm going to show you this from the side of my chair so that you can see my back, but feel free to stay facing forward. So we'll start with cow pose. You can come forward a little bit in your chair. Plant your feet onto the ground or again on the block if you still would prefer a block. On your inhale, press your heart towards the front of your chair. Lift your gaze to the ceiling and press your belly button towards the front of your chair. This is cow. On your exhale, slowly arch your back towards the back of your chair and set your gaze towards your belly button. Cat. So cat and cow are really great spinal stretches. Go slow using your own breath. Cat and cow pose are complementary poses. They also help to lengthen your breath. So if you go slower in each of these poses, you will learn to train yourself to take longer inhales and exhales. So remember, on your inhale for cow pose, lift your heart towards the ceiling. On your exhale, cat, pressing firmly through one vertebra at a time towards the back of your chair. And I recommend doing cat-cow pose about 10 times, about 10 sets of cat and cow. For the purposes of this video, we're just going to do that short set. But yeah, continue at your own pace. All right, let's take a side body stretch. This is called seated half moon. So inhale up your right arm towards the ceiling. Slowly hinge your whole body towards the left. If you want a little bit more, you can reach up with your left hand, grasping your right wrist, and pull your right wrist towards the left side of your body. Yes, opening up all of our ribs and all of the muscles between our ribs that help us breathe. Keep pressing your shoulder blades towards the back of your chair. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release that stretch. We're going to take seated half moon on the left side. So go ahead. You can start by inhaling up both arms if you'd like towards the ceiling. Grasp your left wrist with your right hand and slowly lean towards the right side of your chair. Gently but deliberately, I want you to reach your left wrist with your right hand towards the right side of the room. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release that nice side body stretch. You can shake it out, wiggle a little bit in between if you like. Scooch forward even farther towards the front of your chair. Let's take some hip circles. I like to put my hands on my hips when I do this. So slowly hinge forward from your hips. And then start to make tiny circles. Plant both feet firmly into the ground so that you have that strong foundation. Use your breath to open up and get deeper in this pose. And then start to widen your circles using your breath. Take as many hip circles as you'd like to open up your hips and your lower back. And then switch directions when you're ready. And then come back to center. We can reset by bringing our hands to heart center. Don't forget to sit up tall. Let's take some sun salutations A. I'm going to show you a few different options with these, but this is how we awaken our practice. Now that we're warmed up, let's go. So you can use your block, again, if you'd like, set it in front of you. Inhale, point all 10 fingers towards the ceiling. If this is not accessible for you today, you can start by creating a cactus with your arms instead. Yeah. So anytime I call extended mountain pose, do this if that feels better in your body. All right? So inhale, extended mountain or cactus. On your exhale, bring hands through heart center and take a forward fold. You can plant your hands on your block if you like, or just press them into the ground. Release any tension in your neck. If you want to shake your head yes and no, be my guest. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands against your shins and press the crown of your head towards the front of your room. Exhale, fold forward. Press your head towards the floor. Big inhale, press firmly through both feet into the floor, extended mountain pose, or cactus your arms. Exhale, hands back through heart center. That is a sun salutation A. It's a really good way to wake yourself up in the morning because it gets your heart pumping. I recommend doing about 5 of those. For this video, we're going to do 1 more. All right, here we go. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Set your gaze to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward. Release your fingers to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Press your shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, fold forward. Big inhale, slowly rise up. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands back to heart center. So in your own time, feel free to add on more sun salutations A. Right now we're going to move into a twist. This is called chair twist. I'm going to show you 2 versions of it. This is great for your mid and low back. So start by inhaling up to extended mountain pose or cactus your arms if that feels better in your body. On your exhale, hinge forward from your hips and twist your shoulders and your upper body to the right side of your chair. Chair twist. If you have access to it, you can press your elbow against your knee and then press your knee back against your elbow. That will help deepen the twist. To avoid hunching down, you want to still press the crown of your head towards the front of the room. Breathe. If you feel strong and solid, open your hands away from each other and fly. Yes. Breathe. 1 more inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Okay, I'm going to show you a different variation of the same pose on the left side. So grab your lovely block or your book. And you can figure this out for yourself where it should go, but I like to press it between my thighs, like right after my knees. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, slowly hinge forward. And if you don't have the access of your elbow to the outside of your knee, press your right elbow to the block instead. Yes. And then really squeeze the block with your inner thighs And this will give you access to eventually have enough of a deep twist so that you can bring it to the outside of your knee one day. For now, this will create the exact same effect. You're twisting your lower and mid back. And you can stay here, pressing both palms firmly into your midline. Spin your bottom lung towards the ceiling. Take one more inhale. Exhale, come back to heart center. Whew, that's a nice twist. Starting to get warm in here. And then shake that out. Let that go. Let's do a back bend. This is one of my favorite back bends. This is called Camel Pose, and so this will be a seated camel. Again, I'm going to show you all this from the side so that you can see my back, but feel free to stay seated forward. So, start with a strong foundation with your hands at heart center. Bring your palms behind you on the chair, so scooch forward a little bit forward on your chair. If you need a little bit more elevation, you can press your block or your book behind you. Just point all 10 fingers away from your butt. And then on your inhale, take camel pose. Press your hips towards the front of the room. Start to lift up and out of your spine, pressing your belly button towards the front of the room. Keep pressing your hips forward while you slowly extend backwards. Camel pose. Breathe. And then slowly come out of the pose. You can take that pose to wherever you want. If you practice it daily, then you will get deeper into it, and you will find length in your spine. And maybe one day you'll grow an inch. I swear that I grew an inch by doing yoga, which is awesome. Okay, let's take, so we've got camel pose, which is the back bend. Let's take eagle pose on the right. Inhale up your arms towards the ceiling or cactus them. Identify your right hand, wrap it underneath your left arm, and press your forearms towards your midline. Okay. Eagle pose is a pose of compression. Set your gaze on a fixed, non-moving point in front of you. I'm going to show you a different version on the opposite side, if this is not accessible to you. And then if you want to go deeper into eagle pose, lift and wrap your right leg around your left, yes. Or wrap it enough so that you can press your thighs towards one another. And keep sitting up tall, pressing the crown of your head towards the ceiling. This is also a shoulder opener. Keep pressing your shoulder blades towards your chair. Take one more inhale. Exhale and unwind. Shake it out. All right, we'll take eagle on the left. So if the bind is not accessible for you, the twist bind that I just did, you can hug yourself. So bring your left arm to your right shoulder and vice versa. Press your shoulder blades towards the back of the room and press your elbows into each other. Again, an eagle, we aim for compression. So lift your left leg over your right. See how much you can wrap. If this is where you are today, wonderful, wonderful. Keep practicing. I have one more option for you. If you want to try this out, you can also take your block or your book and press your forearms into the block. Again, you're still getting that compression. That's the goal of this pose. Just press and lift your elbows towards the ceiling. Take one more inhale. Exhale and release. Eagle pose. We'll take half pigeon. This is a hip opener pose. We warmed up our hips a little bit at the beginning of class. So let's start on the right side. Bring your right ankle on top of your left knee. You might already start to feel an opening along the right side of your hip, along the quadriceps muscle, and that might be enough for you. Bring your hands at heart center. If this is where you are today and you feel that deep stretch in your right hip, stay here. If you want to go a little bit deeper, if you need a little bit more of a stretch, slowly hinge forward over your lifted foot, pressing your chest gently towards the floor. You want this to feel like your whole right hip is stretching out from your knee to your femoral head. No pain, just a deep stretch. I'm going to show you another option on the left side if this is not feeling good in your body today. Half pigeon is a stretch that is great to hold for several rounds of breath. I recommend you holding it for 10 deep breaths. Today, we've got 3 more deep breaths. Send your breath to a point in your body where you might be holding on to something, and see if you can find ease in the pose. When you come to your last exhale, slowly release back up. Put your right foot down onto the ground, and you can give yourself a little massage on your right thigh. Ball up your fists. Just gently go up and down your thigh, just letting that blood come back into your leg. All right, so you can take half pigeon on the left side, the way that we just did on the right, by lifting your left leg on top of your right thigh, or if that's too much for you and your hips, take your block or your book to the outside of your chair, sit up tall and straight, and then open up your left ankle onto the top of your block. Your right leg stays where it is. And this will still get that opening in your hip. Breathe. Lift your left toes towards your knee, so you're flexing your toes towards your knee. That will protect your knee joint by activating all of the muscles around it. And you can also slowly press with your left hand to your inner left knee, pressing it into your left knee if you'd like a little bit more, but don't do it too much. You just want to get to that point where you feel that deep stretch. Again, I recommend taking these hip openers for 10 rounds of breath. We're going to take 3 more rounds of breath for this video. One more. And then release your leg back to center. Take that massage on this side if you'd like. Come back to sitting all the way in the back of your chair. And we'll take Supta Bhattachanasana, which is reclined bound angle. I guess we're taking the seated bound angle version. Press your heels towards your midline. Settle into your chair so that your back is straight, pressed against the back of your chair. Again, place your left hand on your heart, your right hand on your stomach. Close your eyes if you'd like. And check in with yourself now. See how you feel now as compared to the beginning of class. Notice maybe some tension that you had in your body at the beginning. has been released through your practice. Maybe your heart is beating a little bit faster than when we started. See if you can slowly start to increase your inhales again and match them with the length of your exhales and lower your heart rate. When you are ready, in your own time, you can stay in this pose because this is a resting pose, or you can come into the final pose of our class today, which is Shavasana. Shavasana is the gift that you get for all of the hard work, all of the energy that you put into your practice today. Allow yourself to relax completely into your chair and give yourself permission to be here and to do nothing. I recommend Shavasana for 3 to 5 minutes. We're going to be here for just a few moments longer together for our video today. I will keep track of time. Begin to deepen your breath. Invite gentle wiggles into your fingers and your toes. Take some wrist and ankle circles. Take one last good morning, good afternoon, good evening stretch. Raising your fingers above your head and pointing your toes out long in front of you. Bring everything back to center. You can keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands to heart center. And we will end our practice just the way we began, with 3 deep breaths together. Take a big inhale. Let it go. Big inhale. One more time, the biggest inhale of your day. Bring your thumb knuckles to your forehead center for kind thoughts. Bring them to your mouth for kind words. And then bring them one last time to heart center for kindness towards yourself and towards others. Together we bow and say, Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining practice today. Again, my name is Sarah Blizzard. I teach for Small World Yoga, and this is brought to you by Nashville Public Library. Please check out the rest of our videos. I have another chair yoga video up on the YouTube. So check out all our meeting videos. There's a couple gentle yoga videos. Yeah, thank you so much. We would also appreciate any feedback you all would love to give. Okay, bye.